Good evening. Another Stone IPA. All right, so real quick, short update. We'll see if I actually stick to that, or just blog post today. Once again, welcome to the new subscribers. Got a couple more today. It's been a good week for that. Was reading you guys' comments about yesterday or the personal messages. Not that many, but the ones I read, totally agree with you guys. I think the Sony actually looks better than the GH5, although it's incredibly hard to use for that application. And I actually did some more filming again today, just trying out the vlog style. It's even at 24 millimeters, it's like I'm cutting my head off. Like you have to have the lens like so straight on to get yourself in the frame properly. But it does look really good. I love the. I mean, it's it's a 2.8 lens, good fall off on there, really nice depth of field. This is equivalent of f4 lens, and it's 20. I think it's a 12 mil f2, so it's 24 f4. Yeah, so it's a pretty. I mean, there's not that much throw off. I mean, you can kind of see I moved a little closer a little bit, so the background's a little blurrier, but it's not quite as cinematic. Also, with that other camera, I was shooting with the light off the side as opposed to straight on, so makes it a little more cool look. That being said, this is most definitely my vlogging camera and main choice for filming, just because it's vastly easier to use. So there you go. That's good beer. Ooh. Wrong pipe. So as I mentioned yesterday, my shoot tomorrow has been scrubbed. Looks like it's being rescheduled for next week while I'm out of town, which is a drag, but it happens. So I'm trying to get one of my buddies on as a photographer. They might have somebody else who's like their number 2 choice after me. I'm hoping that person bails or can't do it because I really like to get to my friend, sort of keeping the family, so to speak. And he's really, really good and he's shooting more often than he actually is because he's working a really crappy job and having a good shoot. It's definitely good for the ego and also for the pocketbook. So working on that one. But aside from that, I'm also in the process of trying to pack my shit for the trip. So normally as a roadie, I'm pretty adept at last minute packing. And for the most part of the last couple of years, I've packed for 2-month tours the morning I get up to go to the airport. Kind of last minute packer, but I'm trying to be a little more proactive this time around, mainly because I'm bringing a lot more camera gear than I normally travel with. Normally when I'm traveling, I have maybe one camera. I'll have a camera. Well, I always have one. Sometimes I'll have 2, but generally, I have a camera. My most used lenses. I'll generally have 3 lenses with me, and that's about it. The hard drive for backups. I try to get somewhat minimal because it gets kind of goofy when you're in and out of planes, the buses, to bring too much stuff. And I kind of learned my lesson several years ago when I was traveling with my lighting rigs. And I had, I had studio straps. I was bringing backdrops. I was shooting, doing fast shoots in hotels and having it not look like a hotel room because I was going full on backdrops taped up and going crazy. So I'm trying to, not do that. But that being said, this trip I can do that because I have my car. So I've got my stuff sitting out. I've been cleaning up my gear, packing stuff, trying to put, get organized, with pouches and everything, and then figure out where it's going to go. So hopefully I'm not bringing too many bags, so suitcase, my luggage, or my clothes, and then maybe probably backpack and a shoulder bag is the goal. We'll see how well I do. But it's got a pretty impressive pile of stuff between, this camera, Sony's, drones, all that stuff. Probably won't be bringing the big camera with me, just because I don't think I'm doing a lot of stills fashion shoots. And that being said, the Sony is vastly easier to use. Oops, sorry about that. The Sony is vastly easier to use than the Pentax for stills, unless I'm in the studio. That's really the one thing where an actual traditional SLR beats the pants off mirrorless. I don't care who you are. If you're doing studio strobes, mirrorless is a pain in the ass. It's serious pain in the ass. Whereas traditional SLR kills it. So, but I'm not bringing my strobes with me. So I'm just bringing the LED lights and all that fun jazz. Speaking of LED lighting, I am using a different light behind me. I'm actually using a dedicated LED video panel as opposed to my custom homemade lighting rig lights I made, which I really dig. They're actually really quite bright. I love the color of the light off them and the quality of the light. But it has that weird flicker thing because it's not a high-end power supply or high-end switcher or whatever, high-end controller. So I'm trying to find a source for a bicolor LED controller that doesn't suck. Because that's what I use those things, and I got a lot of LED lights actually. Like when I bought that stuff, it came with spools, so I've got like 2 spools of LED lighting to do something with, and I like to use them for video as opposed to just having my house because I don't really need to have LED lights here, other than for filming, and it's kind of drag when I can't film stuff at 50 or 60, 50 or 50th or 60th of a second because of the flicker. So my current goal in hunting is to find that particular item, which is the controller power supply that doesn't have a flicker issue. The other thing the one thing I'm actually picking up that I'm coming tomorrow, which is kind of cool, and it's kind of those items I've been debating on, but I think it's worthwhile, is a Lumu light and color meter. Now, you photography nuts probably remember this thing. You guys who aren't photography nuts will know what I'm talking about, but it's a product that came, it was like Kickstarter a year and a half ago, and they're now for sale. And it's like a little like disc about that big, plugs into your phone, and it works as a light and color meter. Light in terms of like intensity, so you can set your like normal light meter. You pull the light, go okay, it's at this shutter speed, this ISO, you're gonna get this f-stop, or or whatever, put this f-stop in, blah blah, get the shutter speed. And I have a light meter that I use for shooting for strobes. It works great, but the cool thing this one does also do is color temperature. Now, when I went into the science, all that stuff, I won't go into the science and all the physics, but light has an actual temperature. So, like, you have to balance the light for especially digital sensors, so white looks white, and so forth. That's kind of a pain in the ass. Now, shooting with multiple cameras, when I ran into yesterday, was like matching the Sony and the Lumix was a serious pain in the butt. Mainly because the Lumix is really easy to actually color balance with a gray card. It's actually, well, this little bad boy here. This is actually really easy to balance, to get white balance. But when I do, it doesn't tell me what the white balance is. It just says, oh, it's custom white balance. And I can't figure out the color temperature. If it told me the color temperature, I'm like, okay, cool. I just put that number in my other cameras and they'll be the same. Or close enough where I can fix it in post. But I had to set that one manual and then set the Sony manually, so they were off a little bit. I spent most of my edit yesterday trying to match the color of those 2 cameras. One of the reasons it's kind of vibey is because it was the only way I could get them to look the same. Trying to make them look normal the same was a massive pain in the ass. The other reason is because Panasonic actually has a proper conversion LUT for log that comes with cameras. Sony doesn't, so Sony, step up. But yeah, so that should be helpful. Now I've read a couple, only one critical review of all the reviews. This is like your guys say ever, but I read one review where the guy was actually measuring it against other pieces and really measuring the color temperature, and he said it's off a little bit. Now he was actually showing it okay, here's the actual meter readings, here's what it's doing, and showing examples in footage with scopes. It's off. But if it's consistently off, I can live with that. If it's just off a hair, but I have the same off problem on all the cameras I use, if I'm doing a multi-camera shoot with 3 or 4 cameras, I can tweak it if they're all off by 5%. It's when I have one good, one good, one bad, one good, one bad, that becomes massive pain in the ass, and I end up wasting 20, 30 minutes trying to get a balance between 2 cameras, and also go, yeah, but both of them are way off, because I had to do some serious juggling to get the footage yesterday to look the same, and it was pretty heavy color too. Anyway, that's coming tomorrow. So actually, there will be an actual review of that at some point, because I think it's kind of a cool product, and I've only seen a couple videos that people have posted, and most of them have been pretty glowing, this is so great, this is awesome, this will make you the best photographer ever, or whatever. I don't buy that crap. It might actually be kind of cool to do an actual product review, in depth, going testing out, see what it does, and as opposed to my normal it's cool or it sucks reviews. So yeah, so I'll do that. But for now, I'm gonna finish my beer, make some dinner, and finish packing up my stuff. So I'm gonna do it tomorrow because tomorrow I'm gonna be working because I had the day off. So I'm be in the warehouse, finish some stuff up, um, and get a few things packed up for Rick who needs it when I'm out of town. And then I'm gonna start my journey up north early Wednesday morning, which will be episode 366 that day. Yes, tomorrow's the full year of posting. And I will do posting that day. I'll do a short posting that way. I've given you guys warning that I'll probably be taking a few days off here and there. I'll be posting a lot. I'm not going to be like, oh, it'll be nothing. I'm just going to probably try to do like a couple of short ones, couple big ones a week as opposed to, rambling video every day. Like this one, which is now up to, I don't know, 10 minutes for a short update. So with that, I'm going to officially say thank you for stopping by. I'll see you all tomorrow. I guess I should do that whole hit that subscribe, smash like button thing that everybody else does. Smash like button, whatever. Although I think anybody who's made this far probably already has subscribed. So yeah, thanks. And have a fantastic day. I'll see you in about 24 hours. Bye.